guys, it's John the Radar Williams here with your Radar Squared NHL News Report. Now, last night, unfortunately for Sharks fans, you've been eliminated from the playoffs. It's time to go home, San Jose, and welcome to the Stanley Cup Finals. For the first time in 49 years, the St. Louis Blues. That's right. 5-1 the final score, Game 6, heartbreaker for Sharks out there. A very historic day for St. Louis Blues fans as they are going to the Stanley Cup Final to face the Boston Bruins, who have had 10 days off coming into the upcoming game that they'll first play against the St. Louis Blues. And that's quite a lot of time off for the Bruins. Now, if anyone was feeling unhealthy or having any kind of ailment, they'll be well healed up by that time, of course. But you got to wonder if sitting around has probably been bad for them. If they'll be a little rusty possibly coming onto the ice after all those days off. Now, here's a little bit of a recap on the game last night. David Perron scored his 6th playoff goal of this season in the postseason, and it was the first on the night. It was an early goal. Came off an assist of Ryan O'Reilly, that is. And the second goal was also scored by the Blues, a power play goal no less, by Vladimir Tarasenko, the 8th of his postseason this year. It was late in the first, also assisted by Ryan O'Reilly. Then it was 2-0, but Dylan Gambrell scores his first career postseason goal ever for the Sharks, the only goal they would score on the night. Unfortunately, he was also assisted by Martin Jones. It's pretty bad when the only 3 guys who can seem to score on the night, one of them's your goalie. Then the third goal on the night comes in for the Blues in the second period, a power play goal by Braden Shen. We also end up seeing Tyler Bozak go on to score his 5th postseason goal. This one also comes off of Ryan O'Reilly. 3 assists last night, a genius. And Perron also getting his 2nd point on the night, assisting in that goal as well. And later on, empty netter, late in the game, of course, Ivan Barbashev scores the 5th goal on the night for the Blues, his 2nd of the postseason, empty netter there. It was Jeff Bennington versus Martin Jones, and Bennington made 25 saves in that game. Erik Karlsson and Joe Pavelski and Tomas Hertl, they were all injured and were unable to play in that game, which was definitely a big effect on their chances at winning. Unfortunately for them, they could not get it done. One has to wonder, with those guys on the ice, could they have possibly been able to do it? Who knows? Also, Big Joe Thornton, 39 years old now, nearing his 1,500th point if he were to play one more year. He got his 400th goal this season, and he's over 1,000 assists already in his career. He's never won a cup. He was traded to the Sharks in 2005 from the Boston Bruins, ironically. Had they won 2 games and, this one. Game 7, he would have gone on to face his former team in the Stanley Cup Finals. How poetic would that have been? But unfortunately, it is not to be for Big Joe Thornton. He also was the number 1 pick back when he was picked by the Bruins in the 97-98 NHL entry draft at 18 years old. 21 years now he's been waiting to get his hands on that coveted Stanley Cup. Can't seem to do it. First time, though, in 49 years, as I said, for the Blues to be going to the Stanley Cup Final. That is an amazing feat. And the final words from Big Joe that we've been able to hear, because many are wondering, is he going to retire? We don't know. No one knows. He doesn't know. He's not sure yet. He's just at a loss for words at the loss he has suffered. And this may be the final time his team is strong enough to make it that far. Sounds like, to me, things are about to go in quite the dissension for the locker room. I'm not sure who's going where yet. No one is. A lot of guys may be moving around. A lot of guys are getting old. But his final words were just, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, thanks, guys. That was his final words to the crowd reporters who had asked him what his plans were. Was he going to retire? Was this heartbreaking enough for him? Or was he going to continue on? He's not sure. He thought the other team was a great group of guys out there and played great hockey, and they were a great hockey team that they deserved to win. And you could tell during the game that they were putting on some solid checks between each other, but the Sharks' passing was just so lackadaisical. And at one point when the empty netter got scored, someone's stick was on the ground. Come on. Just, come on. And why? Why are you just letting it go? I mean, we've seen the Oilers before score 3 goals in under a minute. You should not be giving up when there's still 2 solid minutes left in the game. That to me just showed they didn't care. You gotta try. You gotta hope for the miracle. You gotta push harder than that. And also, a final note here. This will be Jay Bouwmeester's first cup. His first cup. He's played 1,252 games. For him to just now have his first cup, it's just amazing. He's been looking for this a while. I mean, he used to play for the Calgary Flames, and they couldn't quite get him there. But now he finally gets there, his first cup. A lot of games played, and I think maybe he can get it done with the team of guys he's got around him. But he's got to really put his best effort in, because I know his legs are getting old. That's all I got for you here today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the upcoming game between the Bruins and the St. Louis Blues. Everyone's going to be waiting on it to see what happens. So, thank you guys for watching. This has been your Radar Squared NHL News Report. Goodbye.